Hey guys, okay, so you are looking at a cookie sheet with just a seal pad on it. Not even necessary to have it, but so I am making my daughter my version of a cookie cake. And it's not cake with cookie on the bottom. I think that's overkill, and she's not huge on sweet. She likes sweets, but she's kind of sensitive to them at the same time. But you know how you go to the mall and you see those round cookie cakes that people get all the time? This is going to be my version of one of those. What you're going to need is a cookie sheet, just like this one. Seal pad is not necessary. You can just spray this sucker real good and your cookies will pop out. This is actually something that I'm going to try for the first time. I've never tried it with the seal pad in here. So this is going to be new to me. I normally just do it on the cookie sheet and pop it out. So that is all you're going to need. It's just your cookie sheet and, of course, whatever cookie mixture you're going to use. Now, my cookie recipe is available on my website. If you guys need one, but if you have your favorite, of course use your favorite. I'm also going to use another cookie sheet for something else later on. So I'll be using two cookie sheets. You guys will probably be smart and go ahead and do what I'm going to do later before you get to this step. So I'll go ahead and make my cookies right now and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my cookie dough made, as you guys can see, hopefully. Well, you'll see when I pour it out the bowl. Hold the bowl for me. Okay. Alrighty, so all you're going to do is just put the dough onto the cookie sheet. I didn't do anything different than what I normally do with if I'm making cookies. So it's the same recipe exactly, and like I said, it's on the website if you guys ever want it, or just use whatever your favorite is. And now all you're going to do is just mash this cookie dough into the pan to the best of your ability. Once you have it all smoothed out, bake it in the oven 350 degrees. You're going to be looking at baking this for maybe 15 minutes. Ovens always vary. I really kind of hate to give time frames because of, everybody's oven cooks totally differently. Some have gas, some have electric, some have good, some have bad. Depends on how you use it. It's all relative. But I always start checking mine about 15 minutes in, just to kind of make sure that it's not overcooking. You just want it to look like you normally would with the cookie. So, not too brown or anything like that. I'll go ahead and get all of this mashed out and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the step I was telling you guys about, where I said you guys would probably be a whole lot smarter than me and do this beforehand. But I've kind of got a lot going on right now, so that's just not going to be possible. What I've done is taken 2 sheets of paper and just kind of taped in 3 spots to hold the paper together. And I'll flip it over. And I'll try not to get too much butter spray on this paper while I do this. But let's see here. My daughter's real name is not a name that she typically goes by. So we're going to go with her nickname. And no, it's not TD number 2. We're going to go with Shaky, which is what we always call her. She's been shaky since birth. So I'm going to try and get Shaky to fit in this small space. And then, yes, I realize it is very small. But what I want to do is God, I hate the way that sounds. Get it to kind of be in like a, almost like a bubble letter type formation. I can see it with my eyes, but not necessarily with my hands right now. So I'm just going to make the S look like a normal S at this moment. And from that S, because I'll always come back and, yeah, it'll be in here. And just change it and make it into a bubble. Which it doesn't have to be perfect, because you can kind of perfect it as you go along. Like, as I go along, I'll probably take this part out, bring it down so I can have a smoother looking bubble here. But this is just your rough draft, so it doesn't, I hate to say it doesn't matter, but let's be real, it really doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see me do her whole name. I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I know you're probably like, how is she going to get the rest of that on there? But I'll work it out. Don't worry. That looks funny. I'll probably have to do a redo. But you guys get the idea. Write out the word or draw out the picture, whatever you want your cake to look like. Go ahead and do that part on the bottom of a pan. And then I'll show you what to do as soon as the cookie bars are done. Okay, so I wrote out shaking, and as you can tell, see, like I said, it really doesn't matter how neat or messy it is, because mine looks horrible, trust me. I do a lot better when I'm not working under these conditions. And the greasy looking spots, please excuse those. Those are like where I kind of got carried away with some butter spray. But now at this stage, you're just going to cut it out. And you're only cutting the outer layer of the letters. That's the only part that's really necessary for you to cut, just to kind of give an idea or shape of each of the letters. So I'll go ahead and get this cut out. And all this can be done while your cookies are baking. So make sure that you got some cookies baking so you don't have like this idle time. And of course you can always change the shape. Like for instance on the Y, I've got this really skinny side. I don't like that. And by the time I start cutting for the cookie bar cake thing, it won't be the skinnier side anymore. It'll be changed. So don't worry too much. Just cut out your ugly picture and get ready for the pretty cookies. Okay guys, I wanted to just show you guys my really imperfect cut. This is just a guide to give me an idea. I'm not worried about the center of letters like A or E, the space in between here or space in between here. And the reason why I'm not is because I can always do that to the cake itself. Well, cookie bar or whatever you want to call it. I can do it to the object itself with no problem. I just need this rough guide so that I can get the letters in the position that I want them in. And I think this is a pretty good rough guide. So this is all you're going to need once your cookie bars are done. Okay, so before anybody says it, normally this would be on cardboard covered in foil. Okay, so I was grossly unprepared today. So basically what we've done is just flip this over. This is our bar. You saw a picture of the top of it. And we'll just start cutting. Start wherever you want to start. It's really not a big deal. And just carve all around. Your drawing. And you can hear yourself breaking through to the outer layer so you know you're cutting all the way through. And that's very important. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch me cut the entire thing. And also you can go at an angle with this. Like you can turn your paper to an angle if you want. I had it that way. Just kind of prefer it this way. And this is not as hard as I'm making it look either. It's just a little strange with the camera watching. There we go. Okay. So yeah, just keep following along. And once I have most of this done, I'll come back and show you some of the little stuff. Okay, so now we have it carved. It's time for the big reveal. Kind of, sort of. I'm going to gently just pull it away. Okay. And I cut my paper. This is where I was telling you I was correcting that Y over in this area. Kind of making the changes that I wanted to make to it. I'm pretty sure you have helpers that won't mind helping you disregard of something like that, you know? That area I think I'll do last. And you might not be able to see this in the video, but you can see this pretty well. So it's really not as hard to break away as it may look on your end. But I'll go ahead and finish doing that and I'll come right back. Okay, so this is the finished product. If I wanted to use the back side, but if you want to use the front side of your cookie, you're going to need to flip your image backwards. Okay? And then just put little decorations around it. I made these little things. They're just like little flower pots is what I call them. You could put ice cream here for your guests. Or you could pipe some icing in there and make a flower. But they're cute little flower pots. And you can, let's see here, one more to show you. You can always, if you want, pipe some icing on here to just kind of give it definition. Also, if you have somebody with like an eye or something like that, you can always use like a flower. This I made using a flower cookie sheet that I got from Michael's. These were made from a cupcake pan that made like flowers and butterflies and things like that. I just put a little cookie dough in it and then let it fall. So I have like a cup that's kind of, I already got something there, so I'm not worried about filling it up. But that's my tip for today. See you guys next week.